Right now, something is happening inside your mind. A voice is listening to these words. A voice is judging them, agreeing with them, disagreeing with them. But here's a strange question. Who is hearing that voice? Don't answer too quickly, because this question has puzzled philosophers, mystics, and seekers for thousands of years. You know your thoughts. You know your emotions. You know your memories. But do you know the one who knows them? Tonight, we're going to conduct a simple experiment. No beliefs, no religion, no spirituality, just direct observation. And by the end of this video, you may discover something about yourself that has been hiding in plain sight your entire life. Take a moment and notice your surroundings. Perhaps you're sitting in a room. Perhaps you're lying in bed. Perhaps you're listening while traveling somewhere. Whatever the situation, there are sounds, sensations, thoughts, images, memories. They are all appearing in your experience right now. But something remarkable is also present. You are aware of them. A sound appears. You know it. A thought appears. You know it. An emotion appears. You know it. Everything comes and goes. Yet the knowing remains. Imagine sitting beside a river. Leaves float by on the surface. Some leaves are beautiful. Some are damaged. Some move quickly. Some move slowly. But the river does not cling to any of them. Your thoughts are very much like those leaves. One moment you are thinking about work. The next moment you are remembering the past. Then you are worrying about the future. Then you are planning tomorrow. Thought after thought passes through the mind. And yet most people make a curious assumption. They assume there is a thinker controlling every thought. But is that really true? Try something. Predict your next thought. Not generally. Exactly. What will the next thought be? Wait. Watch. And see what happens. A thought suddenly appears. Where did it come from? Did you create it? Or did it simply arrive? Now another thought appears. And another. The more carefully you observe, the more mysterious the mind becomes. Thoughts seem to arise on their own. They stay for a while. Then they disappear. Yet among all these thoughts, there is one thought that appears more important than all the others. The thought I. The thought that says, I am happy. I am unhappy. I am successful. I am failing. I am spiritual. I am not spiritual enough. This thought becomes the center of an entire psychological world. A world built from memories, beliefs, fears, hopes, and expectations. Over time, we become convinced that this collection of thoughts is who we are. But is it? If all your thoughts suddenly became silent for a few moments, would you stop existing? Of course not. You would still be here. You would still be aware. In fact, many people have experienced moments when thought temporarily disappeared. Perhaps while watching a sunset, listening to music, looking at the ocean, or becoming completely absorbed in a beautiful moment. For a brief instant, the constant mental commentary stopped, and yet something remained. A quiet presence, a simple sense of being, not being this or that, just being. This simple presence is so ordinary that most people overlook it. They search for extraordinary experiences. Yet the deepest truth may be hiding in the most ordinary experience of all. The experience of being aware. Right now, awareness is effortless. You do not have to create it. You do not have to maintain it. You do not have to improve it. It is already here. Before every thought, during every thought, and after every thought. Clouds move across the sky. but the sky itself remains untouched. In the same way, thoughts move through awareness, but awareness itself remains unchanged. A fearful thought appears. Awareness knows it. A joyful thought appears. Awareness knows it. An angry thought appears. Awareness knows it. The content changes. The knowing does not. This realization may seem simple, but if explored deeply, it can transform the way you experience life. Because much of human suffering comes from identifying completely with the movement of thought. When a fearful thought appears, we become fearful. When an angry thought appears, we become angry. When a self-critical thought appears, we believe it completely. Yet what happens if you simply observe? What happens if you recognize that thoughts are events appearing in awareness rather than definitions of who you are? A remarkable space begins to open. You become less entangled, less reactive, less controlled by every passing mental storm. And in that space, a deeper peace begins to reveal itself. Not a peace created by circumstances, not a peace dependent on success, but a peace that was present long before the mind started searching for it. Perhaps this is why so many great spiritual teachers pointed people back toward direct observation, not toward complicated beliefs, not toward endless philosophies, but toward the simple question, who am I? Not as an idea, not as a concept, but in direct experience. Who is aware right now? Look carefully. Can you find a separate self? Or do you find only awareness and everything appearing within it? Sit with that question, not for a minute, not for an hour, but throughout your life, because the answer cannot be given to you. It must be discovered. And perhaps the greatest discovery of all is that what you have been searching for has never been absent. It has been here the entire time, closer than your thoughts, closer than your emotions, closer than your name, the silent awareness that is reading these words right now, closer than your memories, closer than your ambitions, closer than the image you carry of yourself. Before you learned your name, it was here. Before you formed your first opinion, it was here. Before you knew anything about the world, it was here. And one day, when every experience of this lifetime has faded into memory, it will still be here. Yet the mind rarely notices it. The mind is always moving, always searching, always trying to become something. It says, when I earn more money, then I will be happy. When I find the right relationship, then I will be complete. When I become enlightened, then I will be at peace. But have you noticed something? The destination is always somewhere else. Always tomorrow. Always later. The mind lives on promises. But life is happening now. This moment is the only place you have ever experienced anything. The past appears now as memory. The future appears now as imagination. Everything appears now, and awareness is present for all of it. Imagine standing in front of a movie screen. On the screen there are wars and celebrations, births and deaths, victories and failures. Thousands of different stories unfold, yet the screen remains untouched. The screen is not burned by fire. It is not drowned by rain. It is not wounded by tragedy. It simply allows every scene to appear. In the same way, awareness allows every experience to appear. Thoughts come. Thoughts go. Emotions come. Emotions go. People enter your life. People leave your life. Success arrives. Success leaves. But awareness remains. The more deeply this is understood, the lighter life becomes. Not because problems disappear, but because you stop carrying them as your identity. A cloud passes through the sky. The sky does not resist. A wave rises in the ocean. The ocean does not panic. A thought appears in the mind. Awareness simply notices. This simple noticing has extraordinary power, because what you observe, you are not. You observe thoughts. Therefore, you are not thoughts. You observe emotions. Therefore, you are not emotions. You observe sensations. Therefore, you are not sensations. Everything that can be observed is an object in awareness. But awareness itself cannot be observed. It is the observer. It is the silent witness of every experience. Right now, take a moment and stop searching. Just for a few seconds. Stop trying to become anything. Stop trying to improve yourself. Stop trying to understand. Simply be. Notice the silence underneath the words. Notice the stillness underneath the movement. Notice the awareness that has been present from the beginning. Nothing needs to be added to it. Nothing needs to be removed from it. It is already complete. Perhaps this is the greatest secret hidden in plain sight. You are not moving toward awareness. You are awareness. You are not moving toward peace. Peace is what remains when the constant search finally comes to rest. And maybe that is why every great sage ultimately pointed in the same direction. Not toward a belief, not toward a religion, not toward a philosophy, but toward yourself, toward the silent presence that is aware of these words right now. Stay with that. Investigate it. Return to it again and again. Because the greatest journey is not a journey across the world. It is the journey from thought back to the awareness in which thought appears. And that journey begins now.